Hey everybody, I'm here. Welcome back. Thank you for being here. I'm going to work on the Stitch the Season Summer panel that I started. I haven't been around all week here on YouTube because I kind of got hung up doing something else. So I'll show you that first, but then we will work on Stitch the Season. So I finished this, and it's when I'm looking in my phone at my camera, it doesn't look that big, but it's about the size of both my hands. It's probably about, well, let's measure. About 9 inches. Well, that's 8.5. I think if you measure the widest part, it's about 9-ish inches. So it goes in that direction. And I'm going to zoom you in. I know I went out first, but zooming you in. And I'm going to show you all the little bits and bobs that are on this thing. Tons and tons of beading. Boy, my screen is dirty. I can't even see what I'm showing you. Yeah, I totally got lost in making this and working it and doing all kinds of different things on it, and just going to town on it and having fun with it. I don't think it's really not showing up the right colors, to be honest. I don't know if that light works better or not. It's very teal and turquoise, and yeah, it's just my favorite thing I've done, I think, ever. And I have cheesecloth, I have punch needle, wool, acrylic yarn. I covered this bead, and then I took my needle and did some stitching around it and did knots and stuff, and I don't know if you can see that very well, but yeah. So, oh, this light is terrible. Terrible, terrible. I don't know if that's better. It's so much better in person than I can show you on camera, honestly. And I did this in a similar way. This is not crocheted. I did that just with thread and needle. And yeah, so I did several of those around. There's another one here. And then I used sparkles and sequins, and just, I mean, I just had a blast. Yeah, I did this one. Let me show you this one. So there's that one. I hate all this lighting. I should have done this outside. Goodness. I don't know. Somehow I think that's the most accurate color. But anyway, this is a variegated thread from Steph Francis. And I've been using it sparingly over the last 4 years I've owned it, but it just went so well with this. And then there's another one. So I did this one, and I did this, and this other one. So there's 1, 2, 3. I guess I did 3 of them. I thought I did 4, but I think I did 3 of them. But yeah, it's just so, I don't know. I'm so pleased with it. I have to be honest. I'm not mad at any of this. Lots of little beads. I have a friend who's done diving, sea diving in Bali, and she said it reminded her of everything she has seen under the ocean. And I can't tell you how much that meant to me. Because basically it didn't start out for me wanting to do a sea scene, but that's how it turned out. Yeah. So I'm going to put it down and just twirl it so that you can see some more. These colors are so not showing up. Anyway, it is what it is. And yeah, I wish I could show everybody in person, but I can't. So we're going to move you back out. Move you up a little bit. All righty. So enough of me oohing and eyeing over my own work. I have to say, I got so... I mean, we did a lot of errands and we went a lot of places this week. So I also wasn't here in the house a lot. And when I was busy working on that or doing things that you have to do in a house, like cooking, cleaning. Not that I do a whole lot of cleaning, but it has to be done now and then, right? Unfortunately. So I hope this finds everybody well and having fun. Pull up a project. I'm just going to be doing some stitching today. I'm going to work on this flower. I did this wagon wheel. Oh gosh, I've seen it called other things and now I didn't write it down. So of course I can't remember. Wagon wheel, woven wheel. Yeah, and it can be done, again, it can be done in ribbon or it can be done in thread. It can be done with wool or cotton thread, whatever. Close your eyes. I'm going to move things again. Okay, we're going to see how that goes. If that's too close, everybody say something and let me know. I do care whether or not you can tell what's going on. Now, my idea here is to just do some French knots. I'm going to do some French knots. Maybe. I'm a little mad at myself. I feel like I shouldn't have put this on the backing here yet. Because now my stitches are going to show through and all my others I backed after I was done stitching. So I'm a little mad at myself that I started with this on the back. I'll be honest. Oh, the other thing I have to show you. I have to show you this. Now I'm going to have to move you out again. Okay, close your eyes because I got to move you out again. And up. Okay, open eyes. Now, I went to the store. I went to Hobby Lobby and found this. It was the last one there. It did not have a tag on it. But I took a picture of the tag that sits on the wall, on the hook that these were sitting on. Like I said, it was the last one there. This thing's been there forever. I've eyeballed it and eyeballed it and eyeballed it. Never purchased it. I mean, I'm talking probably a year or two, maybe. And honestly, I thought, you know, I'm just going to get it and see if it works with my wall hangings. So if you take this off and I put my spring wall hanging on it, it fits perfectly. So there it is. And I can just hang this up and I'll just put like, I'll probably put 2 hooks up where these are on the wall, maybe command hooks. So I'm not putting nails in the wall, but yeah, it fits. And if I'm careful and I don't make the summer one too wide, it should still fit because this thing is pretty wide and I can measure it for you. However, I will tell you this, if you go looking for one, they're no longer carrying them. This was the last one in their stock, and the manager, because the cashier that was trying to help us, said, so it holds 14 and about a quarter, oh, almost 14 and a half inches across. That's pretty good. That's a pretty wide one. They had smaller ones, but the manager said that they were not restocking them. I got this for $2.50. It was supposed to be probably $4 something, but it was the last one there. So, hey, I lucked out. And I am really glad I picked it up. And by the way, thank you, Robin, for the gift card. Because you know I used it on my $2.50 purchase. Yeah, so I got to make that thing last. All right. My needle. There it is. So yeah, I was pretty proud that I did that too. I did not zoom you in as much as the first time. I'm going to leave you there and hopefully it's not too far away. Please let me know if, you know, the camera's too far away, too close, just right, like Goldilocks and her bed. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. So this morning we went out and saw our horse Blue. We have a new farrier. Now some farriers put horseshoes on horses. Our horses haven't had horseshoes on in forever. The last time we had horseshoes on a horse was our big strawberry roan mare, who's no longer with us. And she had to have shoes on when we were trail riding her. But once they retired, they went barefoot. Well, even before that, we went barefoot with them. And which is funny because now I wear barefoot shoes. But anyway, yeah, they're just, the horses that are hanging out at the barn are just barefoot. So he comes in and he does his trimming, and he's a new guy because the young lady that was doing it before got engaged to a farmer, and she's moving out west. And she was not the most reliable person. I don't know. But anyway, this guy seems pretty nice, and hopefully he will want to continue to come to the farm. The barn owner sort of has a way about her. I won't say anything else, but she has a way about her that sometimes chases people off, or they feel she's difficult to work with, maybe. So anyway, it seems this guy can only come on Saturdays. So there goes every, you know, a Saturday every 6 or 8 weeks to get Blue's feet done. But anyhow, it's all right. It was a nice day. It's about 81 degrees outside, I think. And it's mostly sunny. So I did get a couple of pictures, a couple short videos. I'll see how they came out. I didn't check because the reception out there is horrible. And since we were on our way back, we stopped somewhere along the way. And Tony asked me if I wanted to look around this antique shop, because sometimes there's a lady in there that carries nice fabric, and sometimes I can find doilies and stuff. But I'll tell you, doilies, lace, getting harder and harder to find. Harder and harder. The generations that used lace doilies and lace tablecloths and stuff, that generation is gone. And I think the ones that we were buying from that, you know, that generation moving on, I think that they pretty much, I should have done this last, but I didn't. But I think I sort of kind of have a plan. I know I just jumped subjects on you. I'm sorry. Okay, I have to let my thread untangle, so I'm moving this out. If you find that your thread is twisting, your knots or even your stitches aren't coming out right, untangle your thread. That's the biggest thing that I have to give you as far as a tip. Untangle your thread often, especially if you're doing knots or bullion knots, or even just straight stitching can twist your thread. Not as often, not as much. But I'm telling you, when you're doing knots, do 5, 6, 7 knots, and then remember to untangle your thread. Your life will be so much easier. Or you can rotate which way you twist your thread. You can either do it around, I'll show you. everybody usually does this way, right? But you can do it this way. Every other one, do that way. And then do your French knot. Doesn't matter. It's going to come out looking the same. And if you're left-handed, you're going to do it one way anyway. Not necessarily the same way right-handers do it. So if you do every other one in a different direction, you end up not tangling your, or not twisting your threads as much. Just a little hack from Martha. Okay. Like I said, I probably should have done this last, but to get to the bottom of those petals, but I think I'm going to, I don't know. I have this ribbon that I colored, and for the life of me, because I did it a week ago, I can't remember if I colored it with Inktense or with the fabric markers. I think I used the fabric markers. I did wash it out afterwards. You're supposed to wait 24 hours, wash whatever you use the fabric markers on in a washing machine. I didn't do that because this would get lost in a washing machine. Plus, I didn't want the color to come off on anything else. And you're supposed to heat set it with a iron. So I washed it in my sink with a little bit of soap and water and heat set it with the iron because it was all wrinkly from washing it. So I needed to iron it anyway. And I was still getting a little bit of yellow from it. I've not had very much luck using products to color thread with or fabric the last few weeks. I am so used to wool and setting the wool, and I have scissors here somewhere, but I don't know where. Where did I put my scissors? There. I put everything away to take some pictures of the Blue Lagoon. Thank you, Linda Harrington, for coming up with that name. I'm sure it was you. If it wasn't, I apologize to who it was, but I'm sure it was Linda. I instantly fell in love with the name Blue Lagoon because that was perfect with where it was going. Okay. So I only did this much ribbon to try it out. This is the silk ribbon that I bought. I showed this in my previous video. I got this from Dharma Trading Company. This is the 1/4 inch, I do believe. And I mean, there is quite a bit on there. So I've got a lot to spare. I have other yellow ribbon too, but nothing this size. It's either wider or thinner. So we'll go with this. If I run out, I'll dye another strip of it. I need, what needle am I going to use? What needle am I going to use? Guess I'm going to have to use this one, but I'm afraid that's going to make a really big hole. Now, I've not done this before, not this stitch. So, I think I've seen Corinne do this. Saw somebody else do it the other day. Who did I watch? I can't remember. Anyway, all right. Oh my goodness gracious. Trying to pull this through and it's really not cooperating. I do like the feel of the silk, and we'll see. Maybe this is going to be too much pulling through for this. I don't know, but I was going to do the outer petals, but I think, oh, maybe I should. I think I'll do the outer petals, and then I might thread paint these petals here because I have this thread, which is kind of interesting. It has almost like a gray, a peachy, and a yellow in it. So I might do that in those colors and sort of make this a very colorful, different kind of flower. So we'll give it a shot. I don't know if this thread will cover this petal. I could be totally out in left field with this. All right, now I've seen this done. I've watched it several times. Goodness, this is stressful. I don't like wasting stuff like $16 a roll silk thread with, you know, $5 shipping on top of it. I don't want it that way. I guess I'm going to just, I don't want to poof it out too much. So I'm going to aim for that. Fingers crossed, everybody. Fingers crossed that this does not look terrible. Plus the chenille needle I'm using might be there. I like it. I like it. Okay, we'll do. See, it's hard because these petals are behind these other petals. One more over. Eee. Come on, Martha. Straighten your eyes out. Don't want to pull too tight. Oh, shoot. See? Pulled too tight. Okay. Because I pulled the wrong part when I was trying to get the back to do what it was doing. Okay, come on. I want you to untwist so you're kind of... I make everything look harder than it is, so don't go by what I'm doing here, please. Go find a professional, Sarah Humphrey or somebody like that. Because I am not that person. I am so not the teaching person. I think this is just going to... Now, do I start? How do I do this? If I start here, it's not going to cover down there. That needs to be pulled just a little. It's a little too poofy. Okay. Well, I guess it's okay. You can see the flower behind it. Is it? I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. This one's not going to cover. I can almost guarantee that. Try not to pull the back too tight. I'm not going to poof this one. Maybe I'll do the inside petals with a different ribbon, not silk ribbon. Come on, come back out of there a little bit. Thank you. See, it didn't cover over here, but maybe I can fill those in with something else. Corinne, if you're watching, help me out here. Oh, that was so not the right place to put that thread. I mean, that ribbon. Bear with me. It's this one here. Wrong angle. For sure, for sure, for sure. Having 2 layers of fabric here. Don't know if that's going to wear on that ribbon the wrong way. Needle. So, did I say I hope this finds you all well? And pull up a project, because this could be extremely slow going. I hope you have done that. Pulled up a project, that is. Let's see. That was not... What was wrong with that? It was not centered. So I think maybe over here. See, I feel like I have to start down here or it won't. I'm so not good at this. But I'm not going to beat myself too hard. Excuse me, tickle in my throat. The guy at the little farmette next to the farm our horse is boarded at, was cutting his grass. Oh gosh, no, 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 no. Come back. No, please come out. Wow. Might have to delete this whole portion of the video. I really messed this up. Well, that one's just going to have to stay messed up. I go over it twice. Can I go over it twice? Maybe start from over here. Yeah, maybe dyeing my own silk ribbon isn't going to be my thing. I thought it would be. I'll try some other. I'm going to try the Dynaflow. Sorry, concentrating. Oy, oy, oy. This is stressful. This isn't supposed to be stressful. It's supposed to be fun. I might go back. I don't know if I'm going to go back with thread or other ribbon and try to correct some of this. So if I keep going this way, I'm going to run out of ribbon before I get all these petals done. So we'll see. But if that happens, like I said, I'll just have to go color some more. I don't think I used the ink tints on these, but now I can't remember. I have to look at the ink tints box and see if I used the yellow. I want to say it was the fabric markers, but I'm not 100% sure. Oops, Yuki. I think it's smaller down here. Okay. Boy, I hope you're working on something of your own. So yeah, so we went out to see our horse. The new farrier was good. So far, we like him, but he has to learn to do our horse. Our horse is not a quarter horse or a thoroughbred. Our horse is a Tennessee walking horse, and their hooves are supposed to be shaped a little differently. And so the toe is supposed to be a little longer. It's supposed to be more of an oval, not round. And the last few, well, none of the farriers know how to do I'm going to untwist my ribbon, let it hang. Oh, it wasn't too bad. The last few farriers do not know anything about Tennessee walking horses. And he was never a sword horse. He's been with us since he was 3. And they are a gaited breed. In other words, they don't walk, trot, canter. They walk, then they gait, which is a very smooth. You don't have to post or bounce up and down like you see people doing on a Western horse or an English riding horse. So, boy, this was the wrong flower to do this on. I should have done this on this flower here. Maybe we'll give it another shot with white ribbon on that flower. Maybe I'll be more successful. We'll see. Although these do not have pointed leaves, so I don't know if it'll work or not. Let go. So, yeah, his feet should be shaped a little differently. And he looks a lot like a quarter horse right now. Very round. They call them dish plate hooves because they're round. His are supposed to be more like oval at the toe and then come back like this. And the sides are supposed to be more in. And the angle of their foot and ankle should be different than his are. And that could cause him problems down the road because of the way their tendons are. So anyway, but I don't want to cause trouble, but Tony says I should have said something. So the next time I'll go and have a little discussion with them. And if I don't go because it's too hot out, because I can't take it when it's really hot or very humid. My body can't handle it. So if I send Tony, I will send him with specific words to say to the farrier to get him to do what he should do. But what was cool was Tony asked him what his last name was so he could write his check out to him. And his first name's Anthony, and that's our son's name, whom you will rarely hear me speak about for reasons, but anyway. And so his last name, which I can't remember off the top of my head now because I can't remember anything anyway, even if it happened yesterday, most cases. But when he said it, I knew it was not like an American type name. And so he said his father was born in South Africa. So I was like, oh, cool. So I found that interesting. So he spelled it out for Tony. It wasn't that complicated. I mean, our name people mess up all the time. Not my first name, my last name. So, yep. And we're going to start planning because we have to take a trip in the fall to go to the final resting place of my mother-in-law. And it's also the city that Tony and I grew up in. And it's up north. So we will be going to do that and come to find out. Well, Tony and his sister decided. Well, his sister decided. But Tony's in agreement that... I wonder if I could do this all over again. I have lots of ribbon left, so I'm going to just try and zhuzh these up a little bit. They decided they want to do it on his mom's birthday, which is in the beginning of October. And I found out that my 50th, 50 years since I graduated high school. Oh, that looks nice. Look at that. Oh my. So what do I do with this one now? Do I do the same thing? Do I come down here? Is 3 days before his mother's birthday, his deceased mother's birthday. And that's when they want to lay her to rest. So that's going to work out. And I think, I'm going to twist this. I think the restaurant that it's supposed to be at, oh, look, I'm getting better. I like the way these are coming out now. Looks like a pretty nice restaurant, and it looks like maybe I'll be able to get a nice salad or something there, since I don't eat meat. I told an acquaintance of mine the other day, I reminded her I don't eat meat or dairy or soy. And she's like, well, what do you eat? We were texting back and forth. She was telling me about a surgery she had to have. We have a few surgeries in common. So she was telling me what was going on. And I said, I eat a lot. That's why I can't lose weight. But it's all fruits and vegetables. a few foods that I shouldn't eat that are processed foods. Oh, that didn't work out the way I wanted to. Well, I'll just do a third one there. I mean, I've got a little bit of ribbon, so use it all up on these. Ooh, I'm running out though. Just do a little twisted one right down here to fill that in. Oh yes. And maybe an extra one here. It keeps folding on me. Maybe I need to do this. It's fun playing with this now. I was very stressed at the beginning, in case you didn't notice. All right. Do I want to do one here? So anyway, hopefully this place will be able to accommodate me. If not, I can just eat before I go, eat something before I go, and just... Now, I was not popular in high school at all. I was prom queen, but I have my entire life said that was a huge mistake. They meant to pick somebody else. I'm sure. Because I'm so not the prom queen person. I'm not that girl. Wasn't a cheerleader, was not popular in school. I was very shy, introverted, still am. And ow. And yeah, I don't know how they came up with me as the... Now, let me see something here. Yeah, that one goes that way. That one goes that way. So I think I have enough for one more. So I'm going to fill this in from here. There. I think I can get one more maybe here. Please straighten out. I ironed you, but now you're all folded again. I think I'm going to have to try twice, but I'll make them short ones. Yes. I think I'm going to have to do over here too. Oh. So, I mean, but it's funny because on Facebook, a couple of people have responded to my posts. I'm like, oh, you remember me. Yeah. I'm that girl that really doesn't think she made much of an impression on anybody when she was young. And if I did, it probably wasn't a good impression. I was a bit of a what's the right word for me to use? I wasn't a troublemaker because that was not in my DNA. It is not in my DNA. A little rebellious. I had some parenting issues when I was young, so I was never one to bring anybody to my house because that was not something that I would have done. I think that's all I'm going to get. I don't think I can get another one. I'm scared to try and squeeze a little one out. Come here. Can we get one more? Can we? Where's my ribbon? It's over here. Who else needs one? Let's see. My ribbon is right about here. So I could try this here. Untwist the ribbon. Just put a little one right there. Okay. That does not look too shabby. For my first time doing this kind of ribbon work, I've used ribbons in other things, just not this kind of thing. I'm going to leave that and I'll tuck it in later. Goodness gracious, we're at 40 minutes. That took a lot of breath holding and a lot of time. Okay. So let's try this other thread and we'll see if we like it or not. Where is it? That's not it. This is it. That's not it. This is it. And we'll see if we like this as a thread painting. Now, do I want, I don't think I want 6 strands. I'm never happy if it comes out looking too thick. I'm going to try, let's see, that's 2. I think that's too thin. I'll be here for years. Not really, but anyway, I just don't like it when it looks too bulky. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of, if I want it to look really dainty, I use 1 or 2 strands. If I want it to fill in better and show a little more, I use 3 strands. Let me know your favorite amount of strands to use when you are thread painting. Of course, I know it depends on what you're thread painting. I can't get over that. I'm pretty pleased with those petals. I mean, like I said, for my first time, and considering I dyed that ribbon myself, I think I did okay. Oops, get out of the way. All right. So the last thing is to try, now see, these petals look folded over, some of them, like that one there, these here. I don't know whether to attempt that or not. What is this? Where'd you come from? I'm not going to, this clip is going to be the bane of my existence while working on this flower, I think. And I'm trying to tuck it under those. There. So yeah, we're planning a trip and we're sort of hoping to be gone a couple of months. That may work, it may not. And so I don't know if I'll be doing videos when we're gone. We keep telling ourselves we want to do one long trip and just see if we're going to continue to keep the RV for that, because we only use it maybe 3 to 4 months and not the whole month. While we are out of the year, because traveling during the summer is not our thing. It's hot, it's humid, we're on the East Coast. Right now there have been some horrible, horrible storms all across the mid part of our country with tornadoes and giant hail. Oh, hail. And it's very scary. So, yeah, this has been a weird year for weather, I'll tell you. Tornadoes and flooding. Texas has had, like, parts of Texas have had non-stop rain. I'm talking upwards of 6 or more inches. I'm telling you, this thing is in my way. You go over there. And that's just in the, like, that's every day for the last 2 weeks. That's a lot of rain. Yeah, see, I don't think I'm going to be able to make this flower these petals look like they're folded over. So I'm just going to stitch around and hope I can make this look like it's supposed to be inside petals. I don't know. It's not going to, I can tell right now. But the dimension will look nice, I think. And when you're standing back, you're really not going to see. The up close and personal part of this. So I'm going to work on this on my own. And I will finish this flower in this manner. And I will be back. I don't know when. Hopefully sooner than I was this week. I really didn't mean to leave you all hanging. I need some more projects to work on, some more stitching projects, because if I start another one of those, I have ideas in my head already to start another one of those textured pieces like the Blue Lagoon. But when I start it, I don't want to put it down. And I don't know. I mean, I can sit for hours and add things to it. So I don't know if that's something that everybody's interested in or not. I feel better about the fact that I did not take the course. I've only looked at what, I don't know, these petals might not come out looking right. Maybe I should have done these different colors and not all this variegated. Just keep going, Martha. Gets ugly before it gets better, right? Isn't that the saying? Anyway, yeah, since I didn't take Fleur's course, ow, I don't feel like I'd be giving away any secrets because I don't know any of the secrets. So, I don't know. We'll see. And I was going to do a live this weekend, but absolutely nobody responded about me possibly doing a live. So I'm going to hold off on that. If anybody thinks that, now I'm not going to do this back here. I'm going to do these in something different, I think. These back ones. I'm going to keep doing these ones closest to the, these ones? I never say that. The ones closest to the, ow, I keep stabbing my hand. Oh dear. That piece of lace, ribbon is back there. And I've stabbed it. I need to get that. I need to put that underneath. That's not the right needle. That's not the right needle. Here's the right needle. Whoa. I need to tuck this under. So, well, I don't think that's going to work. Let's see. Sorry, I have to put you through this. Oops, come on. Cooperate, please. There we go. All right, we're going to just tuck you under these guys over here because you need to not be getting caught up in my current. Oh, Martha, don't pull. It doesn't want to come out of the needle. Come on. Try not to pull it and pull that petal in. That was the last petal that'll have all this pressure on it. Shoot. There. Well, hopefully I didn't mess up the front. Okay. There we go. What was I saying? If anybody wants me to do a live, tell me what you'd want me to do during the live. Which reminds me, I think Artie Farty Annie is on today live with her son Tom. And I'm going to try and tune in, and I bet you that starts very soon. So I'm going to just, like I said, continue around with this. And I will see you all in the next one. But if you've stuck it out, and if you want me to do a live, and if you want me to do something in particular on the live, let me know. And I would probably do it on a Friday night here on the East Coast, maybe 6 p.m. And I think that would allow people on the West Coast, 3 hours behind us, that would allow them to watch. And it would be mid-afternoon for them. And I think if people got up really early in Australia, they're 14 hours ahead, I think they could watch, like, it'd be Saturday morning for them. So I don't know about, I think the United Kingdom would be the middle of the night. That's the unfortunate, oh shoot. That's the unfortunate part. I don't think I can fit all of the time zones in. So anywho's, let me know. And I will do my best to schedule something and see who we can include if you want me to do something. Now remember, I don't claim to be an expert at any of this, so I'm not going to teach you anything. I can show you how I might do something. I also need some ideas for projects to work on. I am stuck. I cannot figure out what else to do besides this project and another textured piece. So I didn't do the last two. I think I only did, I mean, you know, Rachel and Sarah are coming out with a new thing on Wednesday. I don't know if I'll do that one or not because I don't know what it is yet. I need to do a little more in here. I didn't get all the way to the top on this one. So I don't like the way it looks when it's not all one cohesive length. There. So maybe I'll pick up the next project they're doing. I don't know. I'm always envious of our Corinne because she always has so many ideas and so many projects on the go. Oh, we are going out to a quilt shop next week for our anniversary. Yay me. We're going to go to a city south of us about an hour, and we're going to go to the quilt shop down there. It's the only one around that they normally carry more fabric than the other two quilt shops that I have an hour north of here, or, well, 3, I guess, or that little quilt shop that's connected to the gun shop. Nobody has charm packs. And there's a little tiny quilt shop in Fredericksburg, but she occasionally carries the 2.5-inch charms, but that's it. I mean, she had some other charm packs, but nothing that thrilled me. And I just want some charm packs to play with. So anyway, I just have to find ones that, you know, sort of tweak my interest. So we are going to go do that and have lunch out for our anniversary. That's the 6th of June. 49 years. 49 years. No, I have no advice. You're all in my age group anyway, according to YouTube. So that'll be, I think that's Thursday. I think. It's either Wednesday or Thursday. I think it's, what's today? The 2nd? You're not seeing this on the 2nd. Saturday, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's either Wednesday or Thursday. I don't know if today's the 2nd. I think it is. Anywho's. So I won't have time to make a video that day, but maybe the day after, if I buy anything, I will be able to share with everybody. Not that I plan on spending a lot of money. But anyway, and going to lunch, maybe somewhere different, but we usually chicken out and end up at some place that's familiar to us. So yeah. So couple plans next week. Plus I have a doctor's appointment on Monday, early Monday. Then I have a doctor's appointment the following Monday. And it's about an hour away in the other direction, the opposite direction from the quilt shop, or we would combine trips. So, anywho's. Things coming up, you know. Not always fun things, but things you gotta do. So, anyhow, I will see you in the next one, and I hope you all have a great day. Find your joy. Do something that makes you happy. And make sure you're crafting, because that lowers the blood sugar and all kinds of other stuff. Just don't sit too long. Make sure you get up and stretch and walk around and drink your water in between. That's my health advice for today. And make sure your snack is healthy. Mine is not going to be. I made homemade jam the other day, and peanut butter and strawberry jelly is what I lived on as a kid in school. That's the only thing I would eat for my lunch the entire time I was in elementary school and junior high. Then I branched out and got lunches at school. But other than that, so I made strawberry jam for the first time, and it's vegan, and it has no sugar other than what's already in the strawberries. Oh my goodness gracious me, it's so good. And it has to be eaten in a week because it doesn't have any preservatives in it. So I have to eat it. So my snack in the afternoon has been a piece of homemade bread that I made, and organic peanut butter that just has peanuts and sea salt, and my homemade jam. I had it yesterday for the first time, and I am like, okay, I could have this morning, noon, and night, because I am a peanut butter and jelly girl. So I am not going to have a healthy snack. Why? That does not look right. I got carried away. I think I only want to do this petal here, not all the way up there, because that looks like one of the back ones. So I'm going to leave you now and go grab my snack and see when Annie and Tom are on live, my time. I don't even know what time it is now. I think it's 3 o'clock our time. I think I just need to do this here. Yeah. So I'll do that, and I'll finish this stitching. Ooh. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for being here, everybody. Find your joy. Be good to yourself. Be kind to yourself and others. And craft. Do lots of crafting. Love y'all. Take care. Bye.